But old guys are hot.
That's what some people say.
When I was 21, I asked out this guy, and he was 38, and I did not know he was 38 when I asked him out, but he took me out, and then like 3 dates later, he dumped me because I was too young for him, and I was like, we fucking want old guys. Let us date you.
Why did he dump you?
He just thought I was too young for him.
Right.
I gave him a blowjob, and it scared him. I don't know.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I hope you're doing great. As you know, I've been going on tour all summer long, and the tour continues into the fall. September 10th, Sunday at 3:30, I will be at the Chicago Improv. Go get your tickets at jasonnashtour.com or go to the Improv Chicago website. Chicago, I cannot wait to see you. I do about an hour of stand-up, and then I do a 20-minute Q&A. Come out, come meet me. Also, Albany, October 7th. Hartford, October 8th. Nashville, I'll be at Zany's, October 21st. Louisville, Kentucky, October 22nd, Dayton, Ohio, November 4th, Liberty Township, Ohio, November 5th, and then Irvine, California, November 12th. I'll be back here, which is really cool. Irvine's only 45 minutes away from here, so that's a fun show to play. Go down there, knock it out, meet you guys. Can't wait to meet you guys here in California. San Jose, November 19th, December 10th, in Oxnard, California, December 17th, rounding out the year in Ontario, California. Come see me live, jasonnashtour.com. Enjoy today's podcast. Love you guys. Guys, we're here with Lena the Plug. This is incredible. Thank you so much. Welcome to the All Good Things podcast. Super excited. We had your husband on last week. He was incredible. He's super forthcoming.
He was so taken aback about how nice you are.
Oh.
And I was trying to tell him, like, most people are really nice. You've just sort of surrounded yourself with people who are very, like, hard and rough. And he's like, no. Jason is, like, the 1%, like, extra, just the nicest guy.
That's really nice. So. I mean, like, because I did see everything you guys went through, and my reaction was like, oh my God, I hope they're okay.
Oh yeah, we're good.
You know? And he seems like he is okay. And
little tears, but
that's okay.
No crying. There's been no crying. I'm just kidding.
No, there's no crying, but like, you know, all that stuff, it gets to you. I know I see stuff about me online. Like, that's what I'm going through right now, is like, I'm watching.
What's happening? Tell me.
It's nothing with me personally. I was watching like the Logan, like Dillon Dani stuff.
Yes.
And I'm just like, maybe I'm like too old.
It's fucked up, right?
But it's getting to me. Yeah. And I'm not involved in it.
Oh yeah, I feel that too. I just feel like, go after Logan, like he's the one you're fighting.
Oh, you defended Dillon Dani, right? You defended Logan the other night, right?
Yeah,
Something
I mean,
I agree with you.
She's a 31-year-old woman. What, she's not going to have a sexual history or a dating history? And like, I think it's cool that she dated Leonardo DiCaprio as someone whose like first crush in life was Leo. Like, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
I'd like to date Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right?
Yeah, I would love. I mean, I think it's cool, and that's the other thing that I think is super messed up too. And this relates to your situation, when the double standard of it all. So Adam can sleep with as many people as he wants, but if you do it, I mean, that's crazy.
My value has dropped, and his value has only increed.
But that's just not true.
It's not.
That's just not true. That's an
true.
Internet. That's an easy poke on the internet that someone can go, oh, here, let me be an asshole. Let me be a troll.
I think if you took like 10 random guys off the street and asked them, they'd probably agree with the internet. I mean, maybe depending on
not smart guys.
You don't think so?
Not guys that have like heads on their shoulders. Not guys that have lived. I mean, that's the one thing about me. Like, I'm 50, and like, I look at all this stuff, and yeah, I was like once there too. I once had immature opinions, and stuff like that. Like, oh, yo, that's your girl, stuff like that. Yeah. And then like, that's the nice thing about getting older, is like it all like falls into place. You're like, oh.
So obviously you're engaged now, but was there ever a conversation with you and your fiance of like, how many people have you slept with? Was this ever a conversation? No, right? It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
You don't want to know.
It doesn't matter to me. And in fact, even if she gave me a number and lied, I would want her to.
You want her to lie about it?
Yeah, and I don't know a number, but I would want her to lie. If she wanted to say, I only slept with 3 people, I'd be like, oh, great.
What if she refused to answer the question?
I think if for a guy to sit there and grill a girl over how many women she slept with, that's just a no-go. Don't be with that person.
Yeah, I agree.
Never do that.
It would put me off, because sure.
Who knows what people do? That's the other thing I don't like about the internet, is that everything is like, the opinion of you is made on like one thing. So some girl in her 20s, she sleeps with a lot of guys. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's
That's
like
not who she is when she's 35.
and like when people know that about you, you're not allowed to be like anything else. You're just that's your one dimension is that you've had sex and you're sexually experienced. I sort of mute myself online because if I say anything about anything, even if it's something unserious, it's an opinion about music or something, I feel like it's like, oh, shut up, whore. Like, you know, no matter what, it's like that, which I don't take seriously because I'm also older and mature and I'm like, whatever, but that's how it is.
Right.
Yeah.
What's something that you've gotten recently that got on your skin?
I mean, it's not like I took it seriously, but yesterday I was on a live podcast, the Whatever Pod, and so I could see the comments coming in real time, and I was like, damn, I look really good on camera right now. And I think it was one person commenting over and over about how I like need to stop eating and how I look obese, and like I don't agree with them, but I was kind of thinking like, wait, am I sitting weird? Like, is this a bad angle for me? And they got in my head a little bit, and I was like, okay, don't look in the live chat. This is bad.
Oh my God, that's brutal.
But you know,
but I get it too. I've been going on TikTok live with Jonah to promote my comedy shows, and so the first day the comments are just like. There's a couple that you're like, oh my God, that is so mean. But by the third and fourth day, we've heard them all.
Yeah.
And then we're like, doesn't affect you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because once you hear it.
They're doing their job of hurting our feelings and we're like,
where did you
getting
grow
tougher and tougher.
Yeah, where did you grow up?
In Glendale. So like right down
You're
the street.
Armenian, right?
Yes. So
yeah, you have like a big Armenian culture behind you or no? I
mean, I've never been to Armenia. I speak Armenian.
Yeah.
I eat Armenian food. I know some of the traditions.
Yeah.
I feel like Jonah is more Armenian than me, even though we're calling him Jonah.
I've been hanging with the Antonians for the last 5 years, so we've gotten like a good window into, you know, especially like you roll into like the Glendale Starbucks and, you know, people maybe recognize me from the videos or whatever. They want to be friends, and it's great. But it's a whole.
Have you learned some Armenian?
No, I don't. I can't remember any, but
okay.
But I've had like. All the pastries, all the desserts.
The food, the baklava. Yeah. I think that when Jonah was in the vlogs a lot, that's kind of how I really got into it. Because I was like, cool. My Armenian culture is in these videos. I must pay attention.
I always loved that they were in the videos because, you know, the Kardashians were the other famous Armenians, and then they were like the real
both
Armenians.
sides.
Yeah. The Glendale Kardashians, we would call them.
We're such a small community of people, and so when we see like little bits of ourselves online in any way, we're like, hell yeah, you know, we go hard for it. Of course. So seeing ourselves in the vlog squad was
our
cool.
Armenian is in Armenian culture. I get the sense that it's like tougher to be like a daughter, like it's tough to like bring a boy around, or is that true?
Oh yeah, I mean, my dad was not as strict as the average Armenian dad, I would say. But yeah, it's like, I feel like dating an Armenian guy stereotypically, or like having an Armenian brother, it's like you have a curfew and like everyone's checking to see what you're wearing before you leave the house, and a lot of micromanaging of the daughters. Yeah, and so for sure.
Did you go to Glendale High School?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I went to Glendale High, and I feel like I always was in this weird limbo because I was never like Armenian enough for the Armenian people that I went to school with, but then I wasn't anything else. And like, you know, not the Armenian, just like high school is like very segregated in a way. It's like all the Asian people are sitting together and all the Armenian people are sitting together. And then the Armenian people are divided up by like Armenian people who were like born in Armenia, and then Armenian people who came here from Iran. It's like, it's so weird. I mean, I don't know if it's still like that because this is like more than 10 years ago.
Just tons of cliques and different.
Yeah. So I was like hanging out with the kids in student government, and then it would kind of just bounce around.
Were you in student government?
Yeah, I was in student government all 4 years.
Did anything?
I was secretary my senior year. I was like most spirited.
How much money was in the account? And did you steal any of it?
No, I actually don't know if they ever gave me access to any accounting. I don't know what was my job as secretary. I think I like mostly took roll call, but yeah, I felt important being elected something.
And so when you think back to your, I don't know, senior year in high school, and then you look at yourself now, like, did you have any inkling that you'd be Lena the Plug?
Absolutely not. I mean,
what did you want to be in high school?
I didn't have like anyone guiding me into what happens after high school. I think the only message that was sent my way was like school, and I was good at school, so go to college, because no one in my family had gone to college. So I was like, okay, I just have to get in. So I got into UC Santa Cruz, went up there, and I picked psychology. I like had no idea what I wanted to do, and I really enjoyed it. But I mean, I would have never guessed that I'm doing what I'm doing now, except for that I've always been open sexually. Like I was down to kiss girls, and even high school, I had a girlfriend in college. Experimented sexually, was maybe a little promiscuous, but yeah, I was always just down. But I like also. Like I didn't shave my legs. I didn't wear makeup. Like I did like the super hippy dippy, like all natural thing. And then to see myself, getting my hair and makeup done by professionals and then walk into a set where I'm like, my job is to look hot and have, never would have thought that.
Right.
It's just so opposite of my college experience.
And was that like when you got to that decision where you're like, okay, I'm going to like put this on film? Was that tough? Were you worried? Were you concerned?
Well, I feel like everyone starts with sort of baby steps. I have heard girls say like, oh, I just decided I was going to shoot porn. My first scene was a gangbang. But that is not how it usually goes. Usually it's like, oh, I'm going to take a couple of photos online. And then you're like, oh, well, this might be cool too. Let me try this. But in the beginning, I was just taking photos in bikinis and then like got followers on Instagram because it was kind of easy to grow on Instagram back then.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, oh, do you want to have a private Snapchat? Which seems so outdated now, but you would basically just charge someone to be your friend on Snapchat, and then you would post something sexy to your story and they could access it. So that's how I got started. So this was like pre-OnlyFans.
And how was the money on private Snapchat?
My first month I made like $32,000 and I had like 50,000 followers on Instagram back then. So it was really good. And this is like, I've graduated, I had a degree, I was making like $10 an hour doing a regular job, and I was like 15 grand in debt. So I was like, this is kind of cool, but I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. Like I felt like I had somehow hacked life for a second, and that someone was going to take it away from me tomorrow because this shouldn't be allowed to be this good. Especially back then I was taking photos of my boobs, which they weren't even this nice yet. So but every year has gotten a little bigger, a little more successful, a little better. And, I met Adam right before I actually launched my private Snapchat. Mm-hmm. And so he's always been the person in all of my content just because he was the person I was having sex with. Mm-hmm. So I turned him into a star, even though usually it's like the boyfriend turning the girlfriend into the star.
Right.
And then obviously last month, a scene that I did with someone else came out, but that's like, that's 7 years later.
Right.
I can't believe I've been doing this for 7 years. It feels weird.
It's a long way to get to Jason Luv.
Yeah, it took a long way. Yeah. Everyone is named Jason, by the way.
Everyone is named Jason.
This is the second podcast I've gone on where
I know.
the
Who's the other
host
one?
is named Jason. Jason Lee.
Jason Lee.
Yes, he does Hollywood Unlocked, but just like, I was like, bye, Adam, I'm going to go see Jason. And he looked at me funny, and I was like, Jason Nash. So,
how many podcasts do you have now?
Oh, I just have the one with Adam, the Plug Talk podcast.
Whatever? Is that yours?
Oh, no. I went on someone else's podcast.
You were just a guest.
I was a guest. It's this guy, Brian Atlas's podcast. He basically put us, me, Adam, and then another OnlyFans girl with these religious conservative people who were trying to convince us that we need to follow Jesus and repent. Which, I mean, they were super nice. I was almost convinced based on how kind they were. But yeah, I mean, it's just...
Like, Adam, we got to make some changes. These people are right.
Oh yeah, they're like, Adam needs to be saved. He is Satan.
So they wanted you to drop what you're doing and do what?
I think they were just trying to convince me that like my relationship with Adam would be so much better if we only had sex with each other because sex is so sacred to them. And
what do you think of that?
I just don't think I came from a scene. I just like, it doesn't even faze me. I'm like, well, we had sex with this beautiful girl. Like she walked in and I was like, holy shit, she looks even better than she did online. Like I get to have sex with her. I get to watch Adam enjoy having sex with her, and he really liked it. I could tell this time. I was like, oh, she's extra special. And it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
It brings us closer. Like we're going to go home tonight and we're going to think about how we had sex with this really hot girl today. And the fact that we could have that conversation and it's not like this weird jealous thing, I think is cool.
Yeah. I feel like mentally I could get there. But I would be afraid. I'm afraid to. I think is really what it is. Like if my fiance wanted to have like somebody else in the bedroom, like,
would you be open to a girl?
I would. It doesn't make me jealous, but what scares me is the back end of it. So it's like you say it's fine now,
yeah,
but then 2 weeks from now it's not. That's my fear.
I mean, Adam and I had bumps in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it was more like we're dating and I don't know our true status. I don't know if you really like me. And so when I bring another girl into the bedroom, like she really is my competition in a way because you could start seeing her instead because we just started seeing each other. Like we don't have this super established thing yet. But as time went on and I knew that we were like really committed to each other, I had a lot less jealousy in the relationship, you know?
You felt secure.
Yeah, exactly. I feel totally secure. And I think that's why Adam was able to let the Jason Luv thing happen because he knows I'm his.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Did you watch the scene?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, good. Because I'd feel really awkward if you did.
I haven't watched it. I don't watch anybody's like... I have friends that are on OnlyFans. I don't.
You're not sub to Corinna?
No.
You don't know what she's doing on there?
I'm sub to Joe Volpus.
Wait, who's that? Oh, wait. Isn't that a guy?
Joe's our friend he's a guy. He started an OnlyFans, and I went on and I wanted to support him, so I bought $35 worth of pictures one night. And
Did you look through all of them?
Yeah. I looked at them. I showed my fiance. They're very tame.
Okay.
And I felt really good about it. And then the next day I got a DM about feet pics, and I closed the laptop. I was like, okay,
that was too much for you. Adam is only subscribed to one OnlyFans, and it's a male. But it's like a male.
I mean, I think. You're subscribed to a male.
He is. Adam is, not me. I'm not.
Why would he be subscribed just to one dude? That doesn't seem like him.
This guy has the length of an arm. It's literally this big. I'm not kidding. I will give you his name so you can look at it. So
say his name. Give him a plug.
If you're Dread, who propositioned me to have a threesome with him on Aiden's stream, and I was like not expecting him to be there, but I would be so intimidated to have sex with him.
How big is he?
Like I'm not kidding. Your arm, like from here down.
All right, so that's got to be.
It is the craziest thing you've ever seen.
With the hand or just the arm?
I would say just your arm. So from like this.
Okay, so 13.
It's
13 inches. Is that I've always been curious. I guess I can ask you. Is it
enjoyable?
Yeah, it's like a 13. Have you probably never been with somebody that big, right? No. What's the biggest?
From the biggest penis I've ever been with?
Yeah, is it? I guess what I'm trying to get at is I've heard that like a big penis is not necessarily pleasurable.
Yeah, I have heard from the girls that we've interviewed that there is a such thing as too big, for sure. And, you know, if a girl's going to go work with a certain guy, she's like, oh, I have to take a few days off before and after because I have to be, like, ready because you'll get sore, yeah.
When you say ready, how do you get ready for that?
Just by, like, not putting anything in your vagina for a while to just not, you know, because you get raw, especially if you're not, like, constantly lubricated, which, I mean, people use lube and porn stuff, but yeah, there's definitely a such thing as too big.
Is it tough for people to be lubricated in porn because they're not necessarily might not be into the person, but they have to do the scene?
I'm sure that's a part of it.
Yeah.
Personally for me, and I feel like for a lot of girls, there needs to be like some level of foreplay. Yeah. And maybe if the scene doesn't have a lot of that, then it'd be hard. But then for some people, they just like they're on certain antidepressants or whatever, so it's like certain things make it hard to be lubricated. So it's
when you dated a girl in college, how's that different than dating a guy?
It's so different because it's like for me, I had a best friend, and then we made out one night, and that was fun. And then all of a sudden, we're like, well, we're still best friends, but now we're also fucking. But I don't know. I feel like we were really open to exploring. Like I used to strap on in college, which I feel like is kind of weird because most people that I know, their first experience with the strap on was just on set. Mm-hmm. I guess in a lot of ways it primed me for this job, even if I didn't think about it that way. Yeah. Back then. But
it is true. Like all your experiences,
they
do prepare you for everything. Yeah. Right? Did you ever hear the story about like Kurt Cobain? Like he went to high school. He was a total loser in high school, and then the next year, the only job he could get was being the janitor at that high school. So he was even more ridiculed that entire year. Yeah. Just like this perfect storm of somebody who was like completely shit on, and then he like put that into his music.
Yeah. Using it as
fuel. I love stories like that.
Yeah,
those are my favorite.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah. And have you ever been in an orgy?
Well, so we just started doing these live orgies for Plug Talk.
Oh my God,
so we did one like 2 weeks ago. And Adam,
wait, is this on OnlyFans TV?
So we're actually doing another one
NBC,
tomorrow.
It's on Peacock.
No. We're doing another one tomorrow, but we're basically doing like a double live stream. So we live on YouTube in one room, and then in the next room we're live on OnlyFans, we're watching the sex of the people in the next room in real time on the YouTube live.
So if I tune into YouTube, all I can see is you and Adam watching.
Me, Adam, and like a panel of stars.
Okay.
And then one by one, people are just going into the room and coming back. And so Adam and I went into the room, and there was a bunch of other people in the room too, but like I was only having sex with Adam, but I was like in the presence of a bunch of other dicks, and I was like not used to that, because usually if I have like a group sex scenario, it's like maybe 3 or 4 girls with Adam, but I'm like, oh, like get away from me. We're both kind of looking at each other like, this is new, because it's kind of hard to find new territory sometimes in your relationship when you've been together that long. We were like, oh, wow, this is different. It was a big, hot, sweaty, sexy room.
How many people were there having sex?
We were trying to pace ourselves and have just like a few people going at a time so that we wouldn't lose the entire YouTube panel. But at one point there was like 1 person left on the YouTube side and maybe like 9 on the other side.
It's just me on the other side. Oh, this is great, you guys.
And some people
keep going.
We're going like back multiple times, and I'm like, how does that work? Like, you just came, or did you come again? Okay, I don't know.
I think there's an opportunity there for the word double and double.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Double, maybe. Like double penetration, double live stream, or.
Oh, yeah.
Double.
See, if only you could write that on Instagram and you wouldn't get in trouble.
Man, you guys must be making a lot of money.
It's doing good.
It's doing good.
Yeah, everything's doing pretty good. Yeah, porn's a good business to be in if you have a decent platform to advertise yourself on. Yeah, for sure.
How long do you think you'll do it for?
I don't know. I was talking about this with Adam last night. It's like,
because you're I remember it used to be people that did porn, they'd be done by the time they were like 24, right? That's
crazy.
Isn't that true? Like,
that's so fucked up.
Right?
I mean,
it is. It's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 32, and if I was in mainstream porn, probably would have become a MILF like years ago. But
right.
I think in this new porn industry, like especially if you've like created a name for yourself and you have platforms like Instagram and stuff where you can advertise yourself. I mean, one of the biggest porn stars I know, Angela White, she's in her 30s. I don't know where in her 30s, but she is like one of the biggest porn stars, and she's amazing at what she does. So she deserves all of the attention, and I feel like she'll be doing this forever. Like I just don't see it running out for her. For me, I don't know. It's like you want to leave on a high note, but I'm not ready to leave yet.
What would a high note be, though?
I don't know. I just don't want to be like, please buy my OnlyFans. Like, I want to be like,
you want to go out on top. Yeah,
kind of thing. But I don't really want to like also even say what I want to do, because I didn't think I'd be doing this for 7 years.
Yep.
But it's, why would I stop if I'm enjoying it? And
it sounds like you enjoy it and you really like it. And it's just like the perfect thing for you.
I wouldn't say that I'm like the typical person to do this, because some girls I meet, they're so sexual. It's oozing off of them. And I'm like, you were built for this. This is exactly what you should be doing. And I feel like some weeks I do get out where I'm like, please don't touch me. Like I am just good. But since I'm allowed to make my own schedule and I can pace myself in the way I want, it's like I get to come back to set and it's fresh and it's new and it's exciting and I get to be into it, you know?
Yeah, because Adam was saying he shoots every day.
Sometimes we're shooting like almost every day. And then we're so busy that we won't see each other between set, and it's like, cool, we didn't talk, and then we're f***ing again, you know? It's, you know, then nice. that's kind of weird.
I heard that he told me he could nut 7 times in a day.
Did he really say that to you?
Is that what he said, Ferris?
He's trolling you guys. I mean, I believe he could nut like 3 or 4 times in a day, maybe 5. 7 is a little high. I feel like he'd be just half human by that point.
I mean, I go maybe once, and then maybe take the next 2 days off. How did you get the name Lena the Plug?
Oh, I wish I could tell you it was something really fun and sexy.
Did you deliver drugs?
No. I lost a butt plug in my ass once. No, I'm just kidding. It has nothing to do with butt plugs.
No,
I did once wonder, saying that. But I really did wonder once where my butt plug went, and I was looking for it everywhere. I was on a live cam show, and then I found out it was just way up there.
That's crazy. That's like having your sunglasses on your head.
Yes, exactly. I was like, oh no, it's just in my ass. Ha ha ha, here we go. At my regular job before I started doing porn, my old boss called me the plug because I was just like a very good employee.
Oh.
And honestly, it couldn't be more boring. But yeah, that's where I got it from.
And you just kept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good name.
My last name is so long and complicated, so I had to switch my Instagram to something else.
What is your last name?
Nurse Essian. It's just like a long Armenian name. I
crazy.
wish I changed my name before I started doing porn, but I didn't really realize I was getting into porn when I was getting into porn. I was like, I'm just selling photos on Snapchat.
Right.
And I was like, oh, now this is porn. This is what porn looks like.
What's like the wildest thing you've seen on a set? Anything crazy that happened?
You see, all the porn sets I've been on are mine, and it's, I'm working with people all the time who have been on really crazy porn sets, gangbangs, and I don't know, foot porn or whatever, like all different kinds of themes that they're doing. So I always like hear these stories, and I feel like I'm so vanilla when comparing myself to these things,
So you've carved out like a really nice little niche for yourself.
Yeah.
Where it's your thing, and you know who's coming, and you kind of already know the people a little bit.
Yeah.
You know you're not dealing with any crazy people probably. You're weeding out people
hopefully,
you don't want to work with.
Hopefully, yeah. But I mean, I always just hear things that throw me off guard. Like we were going to do a plug talk it's our podcast where we interview people and then we have sex with them at the end. And Alexis Fox, who's like a MILF performer, she texted my assistant who runs Plug Talk, and she was like, so do you guys want like a regular soak or like a crazy super soak for the squirt? And we've never gotten a message like this before, because that'll determine how many Pedialytes she'll have to drink. And I'm like, well, I'm intimidated of this.
What an awesome thing to ask.
And it shoots super far and it like hits the camera.
What is that? Is that
I think it's urine.
It's urine, right?
I think it's urine. I feel like people this is a controversial topic. I don't know. I don't feel like in the times where it's happened to me, I don't naturally like know how to do it to myself very easily. But there are times when, I'm being penetrated at a certain angle. And then when the dick comes out, I feel like, oh, there's like a little fluid that just came out. I feel like it's just pee, but that's just me.
What's the secret to really good sex if there's like a couple out there? Well, for me and my fiance, what's the secret? What like if somebody's struggling with, we're not, by the way.
You guys are
Everything's
spicy.
Fine. I can go once a day. That's it. But I don't watch porn anymore. Oh,
did you have a problem?
No, because I only have so many in the chamber.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not going to waste
it.
it.
You don't want to waste it.
I'm not going to waste it. I don't think she wouldn't care if I watched porn.
It's just more like when she comes home and she wants to have sex with you, and you're like, oh, wait, I'm empty.
Yeah, I got to be ready. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
I can't.
That's a good reason.
She can't go to the store and there's no milk,
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. That was a terrible analogy. She can't go to the store and there's no cereal.
Okay, so one of my favorite things to do is to use a vibrator while I'm giving Adam head. That's more exciting to me than sex sometimes.
But don't vibrators desensitize you after a while? And then like you're used to the vibrator, and then his hand doesn't work anymore.
I try to ignore this fact because I've had a vibrator since I was like 15.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always tell myself that I'm gonna take like a tolerance break and just. I got to take the vibrators out of my bedside drawer maybe to make this actually happen. But
what's a killer vibrator to buy?
Everyone likes the Hitachi. It's like it looks like a big massage wand, but it's just there's really high settings, but you could just do the base level one. And
do you have sex toy companies coming at you with brand deals and stuff? You must.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in sex work, there's only like two kinds of companies that will want to advertise with you. Well, maybe three. There's weed. There's male enhancement products, and there's toy companies.
Adam and Eve.
I have a fleshlight, so
you can
buy my.
You have your own fleshlight?
Yeah, I got it in 2018, and then I've done Adam and Eve brand deals on YouTube.
Did you get molded for that?
Yes.
I don't want to be too personal, but
I did a vlog. It's on Pornhub. You
Really?
can literally watch me getting molded. They make you lay on like a doctor's bed type thing, and you have your legs up and you're because they want all the fluid to get into every possible crevice in your labia and your clit so that it could be fully its full shape, and then they mold you, and then you get on your knees and they do your hole too.
And they do your butt too. Because when you you're dilated. Like
all the blood is rushing there, just like how it does to your penis, and your penis is fully hard. So then they would mold your penis when it's fully hard and not like kind of hard.
And that must have felt so weird.
It did.
And how long does it last for? Was that take like an hour?
It was like, an hour process, I would say.
That's fascinating.
I had to fly to Texas to do it because that's where the Fleshlight Corporation is. And I was just so tired that I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, I'm not even horny. I'm just making my body react to this right now.
Did Adam try it?
He said his penis was too big to fit in it. I'm like, fuck off. What do you mean? So
Great thing to say.
He hasn't
That's such
really
a cool thing to say.
reviewed it yet because his dick is too big. It can't handle.
Holy shit. That's such a cool story. Damn, you have your own fleshlight?
Yeah.
You've done so well for yourself.
I've done pretty good.
That's incredible. Did you have anything else like that? Like a fleshlight or like a doll? Or have you ever seen one of those real dolls?
Yeah.
Those things weigh like
they're so heavy.
They weigh 150 pounds, or they weigh whatever a girl weighs.
They're very heavy. Sometimes some of them feel really good. I touched one at a convention once. I feel like storing those and cleaning those would be a lot of work.
One, I think that like
was it a girl or a guy?
It was a girl. Adam and Eve. They sent it or whatever, and she had no use for it. So we took it and we would just like drive around. We put clothes on it, and just drive around with it, and
did it have like huge anime?
Huge breasts, really, really real looking. But then I could never figure out like what kind of behemoth could like fuck this thing. Like, how could you move it? You can't move it around.
Yeah.
You need like 3 guys to lift it. It weighs. Yeah, it weighs so much.
I have like a torso of a man with a penis on it, and every time I have to flop that around, it's weird. Yeah, for sure, they're heavy.
And how old's your daughter now?
Nice segue. She's almost 3. She's awesome. I love being a parent. I would probably, honestly, this is the one thing with my career is like I'd probably be pregnant with baby number 2 right now if I didn't have to, think about the fact that my body is my income.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
If you get pregnant, that's 9 months. Then you have to get your body back. That's like another year.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 years off. And then if you come back, people might not even care. So it's like deciding.
Does that bum you out? That you have that push and pull?
Kind of. Like when I got pregnant February 2020. It was the best, most perfect time to be pregnant.
Right at the start of COVID.
Yes, exactly. So I didn't feel like.
Some would say that is not the best time, but okay.
I mean, I felt like it was the best time because I wasn't. Nothing to do. There was no being shot. Yeah, okay. So I didn't really feel like I was missing out. I also was making more money than I would normally make because it was the pandemic and everyone was buying porn.
Yeah.
And then right after I had my daughter, my Instagram got deleted and had like 3.5 million followers on it.
It got deleted?
It got deleted and never got back.
I read this morning. Yes, it got deleted.
Yeah, it never got back. So like.
What did it get deleted?
I think it was like some sort of sweep where they deleted a bunch of girls' accounts because it was me and like a few other girls who got deleted. And obviously, it's not like you can call Instagram and be like, yo, what the fuck? My page back. They make it really impossible.
They don't allow you to plug your OnlyFans on your Instagram. Is that what it is?
They don't tell you like exactly why you got deleted. I'm sure I promoted my OnlyFans before, like literally everybody else. I mean, people still do that to this day.
How do people promote their OnlyFans now? Like, what's an okay to do it? Okay way to do it?
I definitely don't want to be the person who says what's okay and not okay because I am so fearful of people getting deleted. Personally, I almost never post links to my story on Instagram.
Yeah.
But then you see girls who post like the OnlyFans link and they're just promoting it and they have big profiles and nothing ever happens to them.
Yep.
And this is kind of my problem with Instagram. I don't care if there are girls on OnlyFans who don't show anything. I just think that it's unfair that some girls are able to promote their OnlyFans on their Instagram and some girls aren't. Yeah. And usually those girls are the sex workers, but like Instagram doesn't know who's doing what on their OnlyFans when they take someone's profile down, you know? So I think it's great to have all kinds of creators on the platform, but I'm like, you can't do this. You got to have just like one blanket rule for everybody.
Didn't OnlyFans try to get rid of nudity at one point in like 2017 or something?
No, I think it was 2 years ago. They
were like, we're gonna get rid of all the sex.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which sounds crazy.
I don't think it was them necessarily wanting it. I think the credit card companies were pushing them for that. I'm not positive, but that only lasted like a week.
What would they do? Because what I read this morning was there was like a thing about you where you were like, you said something like, you guys can't take this away because we built your platform.
Yeah, I think the platform would die. I think.
And then 6 days later they reversed it, right?
I know for a fact that I was the top earning creator in July. So it's like, if all the top earning creators are the ones who are fucking, like, what's going to happen to your platform?
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so go back. We were talking about having a baby and taking 2 years off.
Yeah, so it's hard because my job is my body, and then being pregnant to make a baby, I need my body. So that is tough for me.
I liked what you said. You said, will anybody care?
Yeah, but it's true. Like, in this business, it's like your relevancy is just, I mean, look at Bobby Altoff. Like, her whole career so far has just been like, she's only been around for like 2 months, and you don't know what's going to become of her in like a month.
Yeah.
And so before I did the scene with Jason, I was like, well, is anyone going to care? Am I jeopardizing my relationship with Adam and no one's going to buy it? And obviously I'm glad I was wrong, but you never know. I mean, especially like when I got pregnant, it was during the pandemic, and I'd already made a name for myself, but that was the same time where hundreds of thousands of new creators were coming onto OnlyFans. And so the competition was up. Now that it's very oversaturated, it's like, well, if I take 2 years off, can I come back? Mm-hmm. And so it's sort of a business decision when I will grow my family.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have kids, and that's the bane of my existence is like,
how old are your kids now?
17 and 14. She had a volleyball game yesterday in Pasadena, and I've gone to like the last 3. And then yesterday I was like, she's like, I have a ride. And I was like, okay, I'll stay and work. And then last night I was like really bummed out I didn't go.
Yeah.
You know?
It is hard. It's like when I'm working, I feel like I'm not being a good mom. And when I'm being a mom, I feel like I'm not doing enough for my business. Yeah. And I don't think I'll ever find a happy balance.
No, you won't. Maybe you will. Maybe you will. There's people that do it.
I just like, I can't leave her behind. Like obviously when I go to work, I leave her at home, but like I want to do a bunch of work trips where I like go to Miami or go to Italy or whatever. And I like work with other creators. I can't get myself to do it. Or if I've gone on trips, but I always bring my assistant. So I'm always buying like 2 extra flights and rooms and everything.
Can she go with you? Can your daughter go with you?
Yeah. I'll take her with me.
Great.
I'm still breastfeeding. Like I am, we're just always together and attached. And I just, the family planning thing is hard.
I think too, like what you and I have to remember is, like you've already won. You've set up a situation where like you're going home after this. Yeah. Right. You're going to be with her. Yeah. You're not a flight attendant. You're not in the Army. You're not playing for the WNBA. Yeah. And you already have one. You set up a system where you see her every day, a good portion of the day. And
I always have to remind myself that there's most women who get maybe a couple weeks of maternity leave, and then they have to go back to work, and their boobs are leaking, and their baby is like, they're sleeping 22 hours a day, and they're not with their baby. And it's, I have to feel very grateful when I remember that I didn't have to do that.
Extra hard for a woman. Yeah. So hard. And I'll tell you this too, when I wasn't around with my kids, I think it served them well. I think it made them really independent. So now they're like 14 and 17, and they're like adults. But you feel like they'll still open up the door to be with you. You guys are close. They still. I mean, we're gonna have dinner tonight. Like they still want to be with me. Yeah. But they've created lives for themselves that are like, my daughter's a boyfriend. My son has a band. Yeah. My son wrote a ballet. Oh, that's so cool. Like he went to Europe by himself for 3 weeks. That's so cool. Yeah, not by himself, but he went without us. Yeah. And I mean, that's what you want, right? Like the whole goal is to make them function without you, even though you want them to need you forever. Because like, I just remember once I turned like 13, I never wanted to be home. I never wanted to be around my parents. And, really? Tell me more about that. That's interesting, because I was talking to my fiance about that. I'm like, does my daughter not like me? And she's like, no, this is what being 14 is. Yeah, no, it's not about not liking your parents. Yeah. It's just that like, your social life matters so much, and there's so many things going on at that age. Like someone's having a birthday party, and it's like such a big deal, and yeah, you just want to be with your friends. I remember at that age, even my cousins, like, because I grew up all around my family, like my cousins would be like, hey, like, can we hang? You just want to be around your school friends. You feel left out if you're not attending every little social thing that's going on, like the basketball game after school or whatever it is. But yeah, it had nothing to do with not liking my parents. They just weren't as cool as my friends. So when you were 14, you felt kind of almost like an adult? I mean, I might have felt like an adult. You personally? Yeah, I felt like an adult, but I feel like a lot of teenagers think they're like grown up and adult. Like, but yeah, I mean, I feel like I was really independent. I did all the
like planning and all the steps to get myself into college. And then like I paid for and booked my orientation flight and like went to my college orientation and got there and realized everybody is here with their family and I am here by myself. Like, this is kind of weird. Like, why didn't I even realize like I'm supposed to come here with my family and we're supposed to talk to the counselor. You know, I like flew in, I got to San Jose airport and I didn't realize my school is actually like an hour and a half away. I like hitched a ride to the college with some random family that I met at the airport who was also going to the orientation. And yeah, I was just like, oh, like I'm not supposed to necessarily do this by myself.
Why did you go by yourself? Did you feel like you were like a burden to your parents?
No,
or?
I think like none of us really understood college and college culture and like the steps. And I don't think they knew what orientation was. And I think part of it was that my mom really wanted me to just stay here and go to community college in Glendale.
Yeah.
So she was mad at you. So she wasn't really stoked on that. But also it was like a cost thing, right? Like more flights.
Yeah.
More hotel space and all that kind of stuff.
Did you like that college?
I loved Santa Cruz.
It's a big party school, right?
No, it's actually like a big stoner school.
Oh, okay.
So it's really chill and laid back.
Surf?
Did I surf? No. I've tried to surf.
Are you athletic?
No.
You're not.
I work out all the time, but I am so not athletic at all.
What do you do for a workout? Do you have a trainer and stuff?
Yes, I have a trainer. Someone has to tell me what to do, exactly what to do.
That's awesome.
Do you have a trainer?
No.
You're in shape. I watched your video.
I was in better shape last summer.
I know we all have this point where we're like, oh, but this is when I was 7% body fat or whatever that we always compare ourselves to. And it's kind of fun. It's almost like don't hit that so that you're not always so like mad when you like gain 5 pounds, you know?
Like 4 months ago, I was like, oh my God, I'm not in shape. And now I look back at those pictures and I was like, oh no, I was in shape.
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, it's like finding because when you were at your peak shape, do you think that was like maintainable?
No.
Were you in a calorie deficit all the time?
Yeah, it's maintainable. It's like once you can break the sugar and stuff out of your body, it's great. But it's just hard to.
Is that what you're doing? No sugar at all?
Oh no, I had jelly beans last night. I mean, I want to do it. One of these days, like I'm going to try to do 3 days in a row with no sugar, and then I'll break it. But I can't seem to get it. I have too many. The reason I was in shape last summer is I was trying to win my fiance over. Yeah, so she wasn't sure if she likes you or what.
I
mean, no, she was like into it, and I was so shocked that she would even give me the time of day that I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna like be the best version of myself and like work out. And so like she would, in the beginning of our relationship, she would like call me at like, you know, she'd text me at like 8 a.m, and I'd be like, I'm at Runyon. And she'd be like, wow, like that's so really impressive. And I'm like,
I get annoyed when Adam is on his workout.
You do?
Yeah, when I was like, I'm going to go do cardio. It's like the eating disorder part of my brain is like, well, maybe you should be working out too. You should be, he's doing it. You should do it. And so I'm kind of like, don't tell me what you're doing because it makes me a little crazy. Well, but you won her. So like, you don't even, you could look however you want, right?
Yeah, but I don't feel that that's good to like sit back on your laurels or get big or.
But I mean, is health always having a 6-pack? Or is that's just aesthetics, right?
I just want to look good because I'm so much older than her. I just want to like.
But old guys are hot.
That's what some people say.
When I was 21, I asked out this guy, and he was 38, and I did not know he was 38 when I asked him out. But he took me out, and then like 3 dates later, he dumped me because I was too young for him. And I was like, we want old guys. Let us date you.
Why did he dump you?
He just thought I was too young for him.
Right.
I gave him a blowjob, and it scared him. I don't know.
How have you like changed over the years, like doing this for like 7 years?
Well,
have you gotten jaded? Have you gotten more? Do you look at people and see the best in them?
I don't feel like I see the worst in people, but I feel like this job, and maybe it's not this job per se, but it's like sort of being like Adam's wife. I'm a little afraid of people when they come up to me on the street. Whereas I feel like before I'd be like, hey, what's wrong? Do you need directions? Can I help you with anything? I have some hand sanitizer in my bag. Let me, and now I'm coming like, what are they going to say to me? And he used to have a store on Melrose and we'd be there all the time. And so I feel like I just had so many just weird or unsettling interactions.
Some stuff went down at that store.
It's not like really went down. But I think part of it is that I'm uncomfortable with the fact that people think I'm special. And so when someone comes up to me and they're like, oh my God, you're Lena the Plug. I get like afraid. I want them to just treat me normal.
Yeah.
But I feel bad because I feel like I've done that to you and David. Like, oh my God, you're Jason. Oh my God, you're David.
I wish you were around when we were making the videos. That would have been so fun.
David came to the porn convention once, and I was like, oh my God,
He
David,
did?
take a picture with me. Yeah, but of course he didn't put it in the vlog because it's the porn convention.
You went to the convention without me?
I think so. I think he came with Natalie for like 12 hours or something. I don't know, but he came in and left. But yeah,
so fun.
I get it because I've been the fangirl. So
is there a convention coming up?
Yeah, there's always a convention in January in Vegas.
In January in
yes.
Vegas? Is that when they have the AVN Awards too?
That is the AVNs, yeah.
Oh,
so it's the AVN convention, and then the last night has an award on it.
We should go make a video there, Ferris.
You guys should.
That'd be super fun.
Well,
they don't walk around naked though.
No, you have to wear everyone sort of looks like they're going to a rave, but even pasties are too little clothing, so there's like usually like a bikini style outfit on. Yeah. Definitely you can get some good characters.
Will you be presenting at the AVN Awards this year?
I did not present. I've never presented. We won Best Podcast last year, which is the new category. We won for Plug Talk.
That's incredible.
But yeah, so the AVN nominations are usually for like the mainstream videos, like the movies where they do like the crazy long productions and stuff. Yeah. But we always go in some capacity, whether we have like a booth or just walk around and interview people.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm so glad you came by. I think this is I'm really excited for everything that you've done, and I'm really I don't know, I think it's really cool.
Thank you.
It was great having Adam here. It was great talking to you. And like,
are you doing any comedy shows in LA?
Yeah, we're doing Irvine.
Okay.
Guys, come see me in Irvine, Oxnard, Ontario.
I was trying to get you a quick plug right there.
San Jose. Irvine would be the closest. Oh, I'm playing the Bourbon Room next Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you want to come, I'll get you tickets. But yeah, like, it's just cool to talk to you because like, it's just cool to have friends. Like, I feel like I don't meet anyone outside the Vlog Squad.
But it's cool that you have friends because I feel like at my age, it's so hard to make friends.
Do you have friends?
I mean, kind of, not really. It's like I meet a girl, we have sex, and then we never talk to each other again until the next time we have sex.
Is it tough to have sex with somebody and then form a friendship after?
No, I wouldn't say so. I feel like I have like pretty good relationships with the people that I've had sex with, but
you still have no friends.
I just, when you're in school and you always see people all the time because you're just like, that's your routine in that schedule or whatever. And then as you become an adult, it's like you really have to make time and put people into your schedule. And sometimes.
Yeah. My problem is I have friends, but none of them are my age.
Does that really like show for you when you're hanging out with them?
It shows less and less now because they don't drink as much or party as much. But sometimes it's tough to converse with Zane about, certain things. Because our age difference is so different. But I mean, but I'm really, we all went to a wedding this weekend. One of our friends, Joe, got married. So that was really fun, just seeing everybody. And I'm really close with all the guys. And I don't like people my age.
Yeah.
Like I had friends my age and I don't talk to them anymore.
What do your kids' friends' parents think of you?
My kids' friends' parents.
I know that's really long, but
I think the ones that really know me think I'm great.
Okay.
And I think the ones that don't know me probably don't like me. Because I am the guy that will drive to Calabasas and get them at 11 o'clock at night. I'm that dad.
And that's
that's the
boundary that's not cool to most parents, or what?
Well, that's oh wow, Jason goes the extra mile kind of. So I think I have that reputation. I remember a dad said to me once, I walked in and he was all pissed off and he goes, so I guess you're the fun dad. Like that. And I went, I don't know. And he goes, not me. He goes, I'm a hard ass, like that. And I was like, okay. So I didn't really know what that meant.
You're a comedian. Is he speaking to that? I
think he's speaking to I just go out of my way to plan something on a Saturday.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. Or I'll take them to a nice Italian restaurant on Saturday.
Yeah.
When they're and Kendall Jenner will be in the next booth, stuff like that. Yeah. So I'll have that reputation.
Okay.
Not to brag or anything, but
I feel like I'm gonna have to overcompensate and be the hard ass because I feel like everyone's just gonna think I'm the opposite.
Well, which one of you is the good guy and which one is you or Adam? Who's good cop and who's bad cop?
I'm bad cop. He's good cop. But it's
he's
because
good.
he doesn't know what
fine.
any of the rules are yet. I'm teaching him about parenting. I'm like, hey, you can't throw her up in the air 80 times right before bedtime.
Yes.
Like now she's wired. Like
That's always the guy.
always.
That's
always. Or I'm like Adam likes to come home and go through the pantry and just take out all the junk food and start eating it right in front of her when it's like her bedtime. And I'm like, hey, can you wait till she goes to bed? Like she just brushed her teeth. Like every night I have to remind him. He's like, hi. And he's just eating chocolate in front of her. And I'm like, not right now. Can you hold on? But maybe I'm just too much. I don't know.
No, that's what it is. It's like when you're younger, like, well, Adam's 39. I guess he should know.
He's almost 40. And I'm younger than him. But I mean, I've been like ready to be a mom since I was like 15. So.
Right. Well, you've got a really good outlook on everything. I'm really psyched for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And things are just going to get better for you, I think, now that you're having kids. And
thank you.
And also, like, all the stuff you guys went through, like, it makes you stronger.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel like it was, like, a thing we went through. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't take it as a thing you went through?
No, I was a whore. Now I'm a cheating whore. Like, I don't know.
You've got a good thick skin. That's nice.
Thank you. I've been working on it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, go check out Plug Talk. Go check out Lena the Plug on, Lena the Plug.
It's okay.
Before this, I was like, was it Lena or Lena? And then I looked it up on YouTube and it said Lena. And then I asked Natalie and Natalie said it was Lena, but it's Lena.
It's Lena. It's okay. Everyone gets it wrong. It's fine.
Go check out Plug Talk. And wait, what's the podcast that I saw all the shorts today that I watched? That's just you. You were interviewing like porn star after porn star after porn star.
Oh, that's our OnlyFans live that we did.
Yeah.
That was like clips from that. So we're doing one. We're going to do them like twice a month. Yeah, where we're like in one room and reviewing the in the other room on live YouTube. Yeah.
And I heard you don't want to get married. You don't want a wedding.
Me?
Yeah, that's what I saw you say today.
Oh, I got married in May.
Yeah, but you didn't want a big wedding.
Oh, I didn't want a big wedding. I was like, let's just, get hitched at the court. Yeah, we got married in Italy.
And was it a lot of people?
It wasn't a lot of people. It was like 50 people.
Oh, that's good.
But it was actually cheaper to get married in Italy than in Malibu. So I was like, let's go to fucking Italy. Yeah.
Oh, I should look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Lena, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
All right. I'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.